1 Kings chapter 3, verse 16. Okay, God gave him the wisdom that he asked for. And now the wisdom that God gave him is going to be tested. See, God's not going to give us something and then not allow us to utilize what he gave us. So it says, then came to him 2 women. They were harlots. They came into the king and stood before him. And one woman said, "O my Lord, I and this woman, we dwell in one house." It says, "And I was delivered a child with her in the house." Verse 18 says, "It came to pass, 3rd day after that I was delivered, that this woman delivered also." So they had 2 children, 3 days apart. And so they were harlots, so they were prostitutes. So they were women of the evening. And they stayed together in this house. And so this, right here, this identifies where their morality is. They were harlots, so their morality was not that high. Okay, let's face that. Then it says here, we were together, and there was no stranger with us in the house. It was us 2 by ourselves. It says, verse 19 says, "This woman's child died in the middle of the night because she smothered it. She overlaid it. And she arose at midnight." So she had smothered her child. And she got up at midnight when she thought everybody was asleep. And she took my son from beside me while I slept, and she laid it in her bosom, and she laid her dead child in my bosom. So she flipped child. She flip-flop children. She said, when I got up in the morning, I got up to feed my child, it was dead. It said, but when I considered in the morning, behold, it was not my son, which I did bear. And she knew, because even though they had babies 3 days apart, she knew those three, she knew her child. And the other woman said, no, but the living is my son, and the dead is your son. Remember I said they lacked a certain morality because they were harlots. Their lifestyle. So, and they bring this between themselves, they bring this to the new king who got this newfound wisdom from God. Said the king, the one saith, this is my son that lives, and thy son is dead. And the other say, no, but this my son is dead, and my son is the living. And the king said, verse 24, 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 24 says, bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king. Now he asked God for an understanding heart to rightly judge the people, to go in and out. And God said, I'm going to give you that, plus the riches, plus all these other things I'm going to add to you. But I want you to see that what you asked for, you have it. Because this situation is going to challenge what I've given you. You're going to get a chance to, remember I said early on, one of the first things I said was, wisdom is application. You're going to get to apply this wisdom that I gave you for this specific situation of 2 mothers and 1 living child and 1 dead child. He said, bring me a sword. Verse 24. They brought a sword before the king. And the king said, divide the living child in 2. Give half to the one and half to the other. Then spake the mother, whose living child was unto the king. Her bowels yearned upon her son, and she said, Lord, O Lord, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. Remember, they both had a certain amount of morality character issues. But you say, give the living child to the other woman. Don't kill it. That's not going to solve anything. But the other woman said, whose child was dead, let it be neither mine nor thine, but divide it. She lost her son. Misery, loves company. She lost her son. You need to lose your son. That's not going to help bring her son back. But you're going to feel what I felt. You're going to feel the loss. Divide it up. Verse 27, the king said, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it, for she is the mother thereof. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw the wisdom of God was in him to do judgment. The woman who lied said, kill him, because mine is dead. Go ahead. And it shows you the depths of what the adversary will do. The adversary don't care nothing about our kids. He don't care. The devil don't care nothing about our kids. We little cootie pootie. You think the devil like, yeah, okay, cootie pootie, yeah. You're waiting on that saying, go ahead on slay it, just like this other woman. Go ahead on kill it. We gotta understand what we fighting in this world. We got to have the heart of a King Solomon to rightly discern what we are being told. Just because a person says something don't make it true. Just because a woman says something don't make it true. One woman lied. Amen. We got to rightly discern this. Too many of us are out here, and we're not operating with wisdom and discernment. And we try to navigate through life. How are you going to navigate through life? You don't know how to apply things. You don't have an application of what to do with what you know. You know it, but you don't know how to apply. How are you going to navigate this thing and be successful? Tell me how is that going? How is it possible? And have peace. Peace that passeth all understanding. Sometimes navigating through things and around things is removing yourself from things or removing things from you. Wisdom. You got to keep engaged in stuff. Life's too short. And I know as I get older, my level for engaging foolishness become lower and lower and lower and lower. Keep your foolishness at bay. Come, Lord. Well, you didn't want to do it. No, I don't want to do that. And you offended? I'm sorry, I can't help your offense. I don't want to do it. Amen. My tolerance for foolishness has become lesser and lesser. For folly. And that's wisdom. Understanding that I don't have to bring certain things in my arena sphere. I have an arena sphere. Wisdom is what I let in and what I keep out.